Well, if you're not familiar with this song, it's called Scared at Night. It's a lot of people ask me about this song. They think it's about my dad dying, but my dad is alive. It's actually about, it was actually printed in an article once that it was about the death of my father, which I was like, well, fact-checking works sometimes, I don't know. But a lot of people always call it the cat brain song. When I was a young girl, about 7, my first cat died. The first pet that I loved died. And for some reason, this memory has stayed with me for so long about my dad coming home from work that day, and I was just so sad, of course, heartbroken. And he told me a story about loving his first cat. My dad grew up in Saskatchewan on a farm. My grandparents were wheat farmers. And my dad would go out to the barns with his BB gun and shoot rats, which was just a normal thing to do. And one night, in the dark, he was out there shooting at rats. And seconds after he'd pulled the trigger, he was like, oh, those weren't the eyes of a rat. And he had shot his cat. And his cat ran out to the fields and came back a few days later, and he felt so terrible that he'd hurt his cat, and his dad said, it's time to go and put your cat down. This is, you have to do what's right. So, of course, I'm like, suddenly my cat dying at the vet's office with a nice little shot doesn't seem so bad. Well, that's awkwardly not funny, but a little funny. And funny thing is that I have 2 cats, and I'm 34, and I'm actually going to be moving in with my parents in 2 months' time, moving home. It's just temporary. We'll see. My brother moved back home with my parents maybe like 10 years ago, maybe about 10 years ago, and he was relocating to Ottawa, where my parents live, for work, and he wasn't sure, where he wanted to live yet and stuff, so he moved back in with my mom and dad, and one visit I came home, and my brother moved into the basement, had a little basement room, slept on a futon. It was just like, oh God, why, buddy, why are you doing that? And I came home and there was a hole in the wall. I was like, what's with the hole in the wall? And my mom goes, oh, your brother got mad at me, so he punched the wall. It's like, I'm never fucking moving home. Never say never. As a child, I would wake at night. I was scared, but it kept real quiet. Shadows on the walls moving in on me. Underneath my sheets, I could barely breathe. Well, your room was only just across the hall. All it would have taken was a single call. Or maybe sometimes we could have trusted ourselves not to scream out loud and run like hell. Believe me, all the days you're unsure. Believe in me, I don't want to anymore. 'Cause in the dark, you picture me in your mind, and I'll lay with you. You don't have to be scared at night. As a young man, you were shooting rats, and by accident you hit the farmyard cat. You ran for the fields and came back the next day. know is right. So take them out back and finish them off. You got your gun off the shelf. It only took one shot. Believe me, all the days you're unsure. Believe in me, I don't want to anymore. 'Cause in the dark, picture me in your mind, and I'll lay with you. You don't have to be scared of night. Well, I moved to Winnipeg on your final day. They said that you waited till I came. We sang your favorite hymns and we held your hand, and then you took your final breath and that was it. Well, I've never seen a person die before. I tried so hard not to cry alone. Well, maybe sometimes you gotta trust ourselves. When you die, you go someplace else. Believe me, all the days you're unsure. Believe in me, I don't want to anymore. 'Cause in the dark, picture me in your mind, and I'll lay with you. You don't have to be scared at night. You don't have to